Hello everybody. It's very hot here today. I think it might be 35 degrees. Let's see. Right now it's 28. Oh, it's not that bad. 32 Celsius. Still could be much colder. I would be more happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're live. Hello Teja. Can we expect some advanced concept soon? That's a good question. Let's think about it. Should I do anything more? Are we live? Are we live? Huh. We are live on Twitch, but not on YouTube. Strange. Last time Twitch didn't work and YouTube did. Errichto /live. Another day, another technical issue. Sending data. Huh. Okay. YouTube issues now. Okay, apparently something was wrong with YouTube during a night. Oh, okay. So for the next maybe hour I will stream just on Twitch, I guess. Then I will try resetting a stream to maybe get to YouTube too. Apparently now something doesn't work. So sending data, but I'm not online. Okay, we're on Twitch. Regarding your question, Teja, let's see, video ideas. I have quite few more advanced stuff that I can talk about. Now what should be my order of doing them? How I treated in Kickstart. I think I will do that first, then DP lecture. That actually I planned before those two, I guess. It can be for later. So those three things I would rather do sooner than later. Also in like 2 weeks. What day is today? Yeah, I will be in Warsaw for a week and a half more, then I will be unavailable for the next maybe 3 weeks. I think before that I will only do a subset of those videos. And that will be it. The next, so advanced topics, July or later, the middle of July. Should I try restarting stream to maybe get to YouTube? Yeah, let's do that. I will finish and get back in a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I stopped a stream for a moment because it didn't work in YouTube. And now are we live? Just anywhere. here it works here, and for Errichto 2 on YouTube it doesn't work. I can try removing this account and adding it back. Let's do that. Delete channel, and then add channel with YouTube. YouTube stream now. Connect. Online, offline. Now I need to again restart. And maybe it will work now, please. Twitch. Offline right now. Okay, we are live on Twitch. And YouTube still doesn't work. So it means the issue is on YouTube's side. Looking at the number of reports, it's getting better now. Or maybe the number of reports is smaller because USA went to sleep. So they stopped reporting issues. Okay, we are just on Twitch. My goal will be to work with coding interviews document. With that in mind, that I might create some platform or course in the future. Last time I checked, I wrote down categories, topics, and some problems. What should I try now? Another thing is that in current notes I planned DP lecture, how to approach a problem. Oh, I didn't do that. I planned the lecture. I wrote down a lot of things. I should split that into first lecture and second one, maybe. How to approach a problem. First lecture should be Introduction to DP. Maybe try greedy, Fibonacci, mention factorial, stairs. Okay, is that enough for the first lecture? To talk about Fibonacci, factorials, and stairs, with this as the harder example. Then the second one will be about coin exchange and that number of ways to write n as the sum of numbers. Then a line of n-wines. We also have min path from top left to bottom right corner in a grid. That can be moved to the first lecture maybe? I will move that to the first lecture. And let's see what I got now. This is lecture 1, DP1, DP2, DP3. DP1 is here is still very long, but most of that is just talking not about a problem, about a general approach. Typically all the problems that require to maximize or minimize certain quantity or counting. In short, those are optimization or combinatorial problems. Sometimes it's count the number of ways or check if getting exactly that value is possible. Iterative over recursion. So Minimo here gave a reason. Iteration is faster. It's easy to see time and space complexity. Source code is short and clean. Sometimes recursion is better. Okay. The word dynamic came from that. I don't think that's important. Maybe at the I will say that at the beginning. First, maybe try greedy, Fibonacci and factorial, stairs and at most k jumps, then minimum path from top left to bottom right. I think that's a good start. Okay, then coin exchange problem together with that write as the sum of numbers. For Fibonacci I should make a drawing. I will add that. Online GitHub wiki editor. Okay. In this order, then for Fibonacci, make a drawing of 3. Line of n-wines. Think what is important after making some decisions. And those two links. Then knapsack. LCS. Why shortest path works and longest path doesn't. Forward versus pull from previous DP, first 6 problems from AtCoder DP contest, and that. Can you make a 1-year plan how to qualify to Google Code Jam so we all qualify? I don't think that's possible. I think nobody is able to just train in 1 year to get to finals of Google Code Jam. It's just people that are in the finals spend more than 1 year practicing. But I think the plan could be solve problems, just like with everything. I need to take breaks, by the way, today. Like, I think every hour I will try to make 2-minute or 5-minute break, just to make the stream healthy, like, for me. I shouldn't sit in front of a computer for 6 hours straight. Plus, I need to remember to drink a lot of water. It's very, very hot today. Do I remember correctly that in my @CoderDP stream, at the beginning I had issues with quality, like there were glitches? Where is @CoderDP stream? Here. Let's choose speed to 2.
You should hear me now.
Okay.
It's the same problem, but we can jump any of the next case now.
Indeed, there are issues with speed, not with speed, with glitches.
And
I see something glitching here.
So, and instead of, I can also hear read K.
Yeah, that's not very good. It's funny that this is my
So
video with most
maybe
views,
just
and the quality is just bad.
say they with infinity now, because I'm streaming right now to stream on, so
I think it was fixed after some time.
knapsack of size W plus 1. So
Fighting with
from
glitches
0
part
to
1, fighting with glitches part 2.
dp of I means
It was fixed at 35. I
maximum
might
total.
redo the first 6 problems because those are very valuable. And obviously here I was in a bit of a hurry.
I think first problems should be easy. Every next stone, it's dp of I plus the dp. I mean, maybe.
Where's that editor? Here. In path from top left to bottom right corner in a grid. Then coin exchange, or maybe coin exchange should be after that line of unwinds. Knapsack LCS. Why shortest path works and the longest path doesn't. We would have to keep track of all visited vertices so far. Forward versus pull from previous. I need to find a name for that. What's the proper name? Hi Errichto, where are you? I'm on Twitch. We are still offline on YouTube, right? It said streamed 22 minutes ago. Well, here I can log to Errichto 2 and just say I'm on Twitch. YouTube doesn't work. I'm streaming on Twitch. First 6 problems. I think that will be another stream or video. Tutorial. I wonder whether I should include this problem, but then let's say this is, did I remove something? Nope. The star was added just automatically. DP4 problems, and here let's say bonus problem. That could be explained earlier. How many videos do I want to make on DP? How much time will it take me to make just the first one? DP is usually used in those cases. Then word dynamic was chosen partially because it sounded impressive, and that's the quote. Why iterative over recursion? Just like Minimo said, iteration is faster. It's easy to see time and space complexity, so source code is short and clean. And I would say it allows some more complicated techniques in harder problems, like prefix sums and segment trees. Sometimes recursion is better. This is iterative versus greedy. Iterative versus recursion. We can mention that you can try greedy. And then Fibonacci, 3 and factorial, stairs. So, till this moment, there is nothing about codes. Actually, until this moment, and it will take, I think, 5 minutes stop. I will try to make this quick, and then Fibonacci. This lecture will solve Fibonacci, stairs. Say that this lecture will solve Fibonacci, stairs, and mean path agreed. Then harder problems in next lectures. Count ways to get from step 1, from stair 1 maybe, or no, from step 1 to n. If you can jump to one of the next 2-3 steps. Mean path from top left to bottom right corner in a grid. Cool, that's enough for the first lecture, and it should take, I think, 25 minutes. DP2. Coin exchange and that. Or maybe the list of wines is better. Hello, Math Buddies here. Hello. So, welcome everybody on Twitch. As I said, something is wrong with YouTube. There are issues reported by other people too. And this is why I'm only streaming on Twitch now. Actually, my software tries to send data also to YouTube. It's just that it isn't accepted. Hello, Pavan. Line of unwinds. If with price PI. So leftmost or rightmost. Knapsack. This should be explained earlier, right? Maybe that can be added to the second lecture. Because here we have just two problems. Knapsack, LCS. I don't have to talk about LCS because it's one of first 6 problems in AtCoder, right? AtCoder, DP contest, tasks, LCS. Yep. I will remove LCS from there. Then third lecture becomes line of unwinds, knapsack, and why that. DP4 will be just problems, first 6 problems from AtCoder DP contest and some bonus. I think that now it makes sense, but that would mean I'm making 4 lectures on DP, each lasting I think around 25 minutes. Dynamic programming is a huge topic. Let's save that. That was in current notes. Yes, it was the save page. When is your DP lecture coming? I hope to make all of that before I'm leaving on 22nd of June. That should be ready in week and a half. Is this the correct chat room new to Twitch? Yes, it is. All the best for CodeGem World Finals. Kamil, have you recorded a video on round 3? No, I haven't. During important contests, I'm not going to comment stuff in English because that would slow me down, and I think just recording my screen would be boring for you. Another thing is that when I'm on my laptop, and that was the case there, my laptop isn't powerful enough to comfortably record my screen, plus at the same time possibly do some computations. From time to time you want to run something, compile, then maybe run something that will work for a minute. It happens. I don't want to make my CPU busy with recording. Feel free to ask for making captions. Yes, I will, for sure, for those DP lecture videos. But now, if there are 4 lectures here, I will not find enough time to make everything from video ideas. This is DP lecture. This will take me 15 hours, I think. When will I find that much time? So I need to choose. For sure, in June, there will be subset of those videos, and in particular, I really want to make DP lectures. Hello, is Pixel. So this will take me at least 15 hours. This is 3 hours, I would say. It's hard to say how much would those take. But I can move that for later, because I'm not in a hurry with that. The other things are more important because they are about recent events. Kickstart, reply code, challenge, hash code. Is coding and hacking the same or similar? No, they are not similar at all, I would say. I mean, there are some similarities, but if you don't know them well, then just assume they are completely different. You can keep important lectures after your finals so that you prepare well. I'm not going to prepare for CodeGem. It's I trained for what, 5 years, 8 years. I will not prepare specifically for Google CodeGem finals. If there are some topics, if there are some topics I should know, then I think I already know them, most of them at least, and I just compete from time to time in Codeforces rounds. I read blogs. That's the training. So these two for sure, and I'm not sure about those three. We'll see. Fibonacci stairs mean path. Yeah, I think those three problems are kind of obvious. Given three numbers, we need to tell the total number of ways we can form number n. I need links to those, like Fibonacci and stairs. I think I will find them in LeetCode. LeetCode stairs or staircase, climbing stairs. You're climbing a staircase. It takes n steps to reach the top. Each time you can either climb 1 or 2 steps. In how many distinct ways you can climb to the top? LeetCode Fibonacci. We have Fibonacci, we have climbing stairs, which is basically the same thing. Edit. Stairs. Mean path from top left to bottom right corner in a grid. Can I find that too? LeetCode best path in a grid. Unique paths. I don't think that's that. The robot could only move down or right. The robot is trying to reach the bottom right corner. How many possible unique paths are there? That's not. Well, similar problem. There. Counting version. Hello Nibab, can you code games like Fortnite? No, I cannot. Fortnite is a game that is made by hundreds of people, if not thousands. Plus, it uses already existing tools like game engine, something that will allow you to have 3D graphics and physics. That engine is for sure already improved for many years, and it takes maybe millions of hours to take all of that from ground, to make all of that from ground. And I have no experience in coding games. Have you read the Competitive Programmer's Handbook by Antti Lakonsan? It's actually good for beginners. I read 1/3, maybe 1/5 on streams. You can find in my channel, this Errichto 2 on YouTube. You can search the Competitive Programmer's Handbook, and I have 2 streams where I review this book. I go through chapters and I write down my notes. He teaches and does competitive programming and algo research, I think. Yes, let's say so. Why is YouTube not working? I don't work at YouTube. I'm just a YouTuber. Are you streaming on Twitch only? No YouTube today. Will this be uploaded on YouTube later? Oh, right. I should maybe record that to make it to make this accessible on YouTube. That's a good question. Let's see. Is the situation better now? Maybe it is. I can I can start restarting a stream. If it doesn't work still on YouTube, then I will start recording and then upload to YouTube, I guess. Okay, let's try that. Actually, I will do that in 15 minutes. After the first hour, I will make a 5-minute break, plus I will try like stopping and restarting stream. Maybe it will help for YouTube. Try again this time, it might work on YouTube. Yeah, I will do that in 15 minutes. Just let me finish with this DP plan, and then I will move to other topics. Minimum path sum. Here we go. Have that and counting version. Min path from top left to bottom right corner in a grid. The first lecture will be with examples from LeetCode, as you can see. No, not new page. Is there example of some problem that looks like greedy, but try greedy? Some problems are a mix of two. Example is max subarray sum cadence algorithm. That should be fine for DP1. Then DP2. Coin exchange. Then dp3 line of n1s, knapsack, and y dot. Each lecture is some theory and some problems. Some theory. Forward versus pull from previous, yep. And coin exchange, this is the hard version, so I will talk about that. I need links to those problems. Need code coin exchange. Coin change. It's called coin change, okay. You're given coins of different denominations and the total amount of money. Write a function to compute the fewest number of coins that you need to make up that amount. Otherwise -1. Coin exchange. So that should be coin change. Then here's link to that version. And then I guess there will be coin change too. Write a function to compute the number of combinations that make up that amount. Yeah, so that's the hard problem. Then code sum and to sum and sum. I want to find this problem. Given 3 numbers or n numbers, we need to tell the total number of ways we can form a number n. And using array elements with repetitions allowed. Can you submit here? I want this exact problem, but is it possible to submit on Geeks for Geeks? Yes, it is possible. So you need to log in, but the problem is fine. I will still try to find it on LeetCode to put everything on LeetCode, other than the last lecture that will be with AdCoder problems mainly. How to go back in video on Twitch? I think it's impossible. Later Twitch, after the stream, you will still be able to access that first hour, because in movies, or whatever the name is, videos, it's possible to open those old videos. Like here we see the first part before I stopped, then second part before I stopped, and it's the current one. Yes, so you can go there and like roll back. In 5-10 minutes I will try again restarting the stream to maybe make it work for YouTube too. I wanted to see the whole stream, so yeah, that will be possible in Twitch. How is it called? Twitch save videos. There is a name for that. Store past broadcasts. VOD, video on demand. That's the name. So Fibonacci stairs and minipath in a grid, then harder problems in next lectures. Each lecture is some theory and some problems. Lead code to sum up to n. Combination sum. I think that will be it. Given a set of candidates and the target number, find all unique combinations. The same repeated number may be chosen a limited number of times. No, that's not this problem. To sum combination sum 3, maybe combination sum 2. Find all possible combinations of k numbers that add up to a number n. No. Each number may be used only once. That's not it either. Maybe combination sum 4. It's here. Yes, I found it by modifying the link. Given an integer array with all positive numbers and no duplicates, find the number of possible combinations that add up to a positive integer target. Not okay. I think that's exactly this problem. What if negative numbers are allowed? How does it change the problem? What limitation we need to add to the question to allow negative numbers? Hooray. This I will change to lead code link. Wait a moment. Given an integer array, okay, target is that n. Fine. Given some numbers like 1, 3, 5 or 1, 2, 3. To tell the total number of ways we can form a number n using the sum of the given three numbers. Cool. We have links for those first two lectures, then DP3 knapsack, shortest path works and the longest path doesn't. That's a bit of theory. A line of n wines. Let's open the two links and see if there is a link to a problem. Nope. Nope. Okay, this will be without a link, and then knapsack obviously has a link. In particular, it will be in one of AdCoder problems. AdCoder DP contest. Tasks. knapsack 1 and knapsack 2. Has decided to choose some of the n items and carry them home in knapsack. The capacity is that. Find the maximum possible sum of the values. Okay, that's knapsack. Or maybe I should make the first 3 lectures and then just add more problems when I have time. It can be a playlist, and then every next problem will be added there. Maybe this should be split into separate videos. The state can be defined as the set of parameters, blah blah blah. There will be a nice twist in the next lecture video where weights can be huge but values are small. If I remember correctly, here we have big weights and then values small, and then we do dp where dimension is value. That's a lot of work. I don't think I have enough time, you know, till the next week to make all of that. I will try. I will see how much time it will take me. The first one is mainly talking, and then easy problems. Fibonacci, stairs, min path. Then it's harder. Okay. We can try restarting a stream, so maybe it would work on YouTube as well. But I don't think that will work. Okay, let's try. And then I will move to the what? I think something related to coding interviews. Let's see. Okay, I'm restarting. See you in a moment. And will it now work? I'm already streaming for an hour on Twitch, and I've just restarted a stream. I should in a moment see here sending data, and I hope to see online for both, but there are some technical issues with YouTube today. Offline for now. I already planned a little bit my DP lecture about dynamic programming. The next step today is to plan my future platform about coding interviews, what means I will continue the research about coding interviews preparation. Why is it offline for both? Am I offline for both? Twitch. Live. We're live on Twitch. Let's refresh this website. Sending data. Offline. Why? At least Twitch should be online. Errichto 2, please work, please work, please work. Nope, it doesn't work. And then I'm going to just record that, I guess. Yes, I will first check if... Well, yes, what else can I do? Still doesn't work. Let's also see the 2/live. Yep, doesn't work. Okay, I will go to settings. And remove that from scheduled things. And I will start recording. Today we're just on Twitch, sorry for that. Starting stream health. Your viewers are happy. Cool. Okay, schedule. What happens? Oh, does YouTube think that I'm streaming right now? I cannot close that. Huh. I think YouTube thinks that I'm streaming. That's odd. I want to remove this from scheduled things. At least I can change the description. To that. YouTube stream doesn't work. Go to that. Doesn't. At least it will tell people that I'm still alive. If I cannot remove that, I'm not sure how that works. Live. Okay, and we can just start recording. Here it still says offline. Maybe there are some issues with Restream, but looking at that, I believe that there is something wrong with YouTube as well. Okay, I'm hitting record now. And welcome if you're watching me on YouTube later today. I'm streaming already for 1 hour on Twitch. There are some technical difficulties with YouTube. That's why I'm not on YouTube live. I've just started recording. What I already did today is planning the dynamic programming lecture. I improved the plan, split it into 4 parts, or at least 3 parts, and then extra videos. I will redo first videos from the AdCoder dynamic programming contest to explain that in detail instead of being in hurry during a stream. And now I will move to just generally researching coding interviews. So we're moving here. I can close those. Coding interview questions, lead code top questions. Give both pointer to the head and pointer to a node that should be deleted, and a bonus question is solve a problem in constant time. Categories, problems. CS Academy had some problems on coding interviews. Interviews, tasks. I can go through those, or at least look at them. I remember they're quite cool. I can sort by difficulty. 3 divisible pairs. Did I open it? Click. Okay. You're given two integers. Count how many numbers in this interval have an odd number of divisors. That's a cute problem, but I would make a and b bigger than this. Or maybe I would add a challenge, make it work for huge a and b. Odd number of divisors means that a number is a square of an integer. Basically, you're counting squares. Editorial. It's interesting to note that this problem can be solved in constant time. It can be proved that a number has an odd number of divisors if and only if it's a perfect square. We should count the number of perfect squares in 1b and subtract the number of perfect squares in that. To find the number of squares up to n, we have to count the number of integers such that this, and the answer being square root of n. Why so hard? Interface the system of Twitch should be easy. What are you talking about? Interface the system on Twitch should be easy. But is there something wrong with Twitch interface or system of Twitch? It didn't work. Yes, it didn't work. Today we're only on Twitch. Sorry for that. I think the issue is on YouTube side. 3 divisible pairs. Compute the number of pairs of integers in the array that have the sum divisible by 3. We care about value model of 3. I agree, Twitch is not user-friendly. Yes, YouTube allows you to scroll through the stream, at least the last 2 hours. But I think Twitch at least recommends streams nicely. I can go to programming here. Science and technology actually, because they removed programming category, but then streams are sorted by the number of viewers. The top is usually making games, plus here's something random. I can click programming. Yeah, in programming I should be somewhere at the top here. Coding interview preparation, BPS number 15. On YouTube, I have no idea how I would find my stream without searching for Errichto. Banknotes. The middle click on mouse doesn't work. You have an unlimited amount of banknotes worth A or B dollars. You want to pay a total of S dollars using exactly N banknotes. You should implement a function that returns the number of banknotes worth A dollars you need. That's a lot of mathy problems. Not that good. This is some practice. Implement a function that counts the number of bits set to 1 in n's binary representation. This is built-in pop count in C++. Bit removal. Return the result of flipping all of the bits of x that are set to 1 in both x and y. What? We should XOR x with x and y. Is there an easier method? X and equal, and now the negation of y. X XOR x and y. Yes, that works. Closest pair. Implement a function that takes as arguments two arrays. Find a pair AB such that A is from the first array, B is from second, A minus B is minimum. That's 2 pointers. another solution. Failed to open submission with ID, blah blah blah. Donkey paradox. There is a donkey and two haystacks. A haystack is like a piece of yellow grass. Yes, that. Exactly. I don't know a word in English for yellow grass. It's siano. Oh, it's just hay. The donkey is really hungry and wants to get to a haystack as fast as possible. He can walk in 4 directions. Given two positions of haystacks, compute the number of cells from which the distance to haystacks is equal. And then they say the donkey will be not able to decide to which one he should go. I can start making some drawings. Random problems, research. What day is today? This is 11.6.2019. That would be what? Coding interview. Okay, but I want, just like usually, that with in white and everything in black, please. What are we doing? Okay, we have a grid. Actually, they have something like that, rule lines. Okay. Can you please welcome to my stream in Polish? You mean say welcome to my stream in Polish? I can say cześć. Okay, there are two haystacks. One is there, let's say. One is here. And we can write distances from each of them. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. Then here 2 as well. Let's say with blue I will mark those with distance 3. And so on. If I do the same for the other one, the 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 from both. Then from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from this one it's 4 here, 5 here, 6 here, 6 here. For the other one it's 4, 5 as well, 5, 6, but then 7. I think it will be helpful to mark a rectangle that contains those two, and the solution will be like the area exactly between them, those cells, plus I think everything here. That should be the solution. everything that is on the left from those yellows, it's closer for the left haystack. So this is L, this is L, and this is R. Then because for the left one this cell is closer than for the right one, then also everything above is closer. Because in particular one of optimal path for the right one is to go from his cell here and then up. And for the left one the same is shorter. But for those, one of optimal path for the left one is to go through that cell, for the right one through that cell. We can make that logic and with formulas figure out like which cell is this one and which cell is this one. But then also what is possible is that there will be no tie ever if the parity of two haystacks is different. Then for every cell, then this is the border. Yeah. This is the border. Everything on the left is better for the left one. The logic is if you have a chessboard with white and black cells, where every second cell is white, like that, then the distance from white cell to black one must be odd. Distance between two white cells must be even. So if they have different parity, they cannot have the same distance to some cell. Here the answer is 0, and here in the other case the answer is the number of those yellow cells, which is actually just height of the grid. Because for every row we have one cell on which they tie. Just we need to distinguish between that situation and situation when one is here, the other is, let's say, there. No, it's the same parity. Yes, it's the same parity. 1, 2. Then the tight cells are like that. Then the answer is width of the grid. Here the answer is width. What if they are like that? One is here, the other is here. Then the tight cells are, there are a lot of tight cells. Those in between, and I think everything here and everything there. So that's the harder case. Let's try coding those cases. I will log in. Oh. I see that I've already implemented n squares, like a quadratic solution in the past, n times m. Now I want a constant one. Wait a moment, because I minimized everything. Okay. Here we go. I have a quadratic solution that iterates over every cell and it finds the distance. It checks whether two distances are equal. Now let's try with something smarter. I will just remove everything. First submit to make sure that old solution works. Yes, it does. But that was quadratic. Height times width. In problem n times m. Read height and width. And read two pairs. Let's make a function that reads one pair. Read x, y, or row column actually. Return row column. Let's call them A and B. A is read, B is read. If parity of A is different than parity of B, say 0 and finish. Parity of pair, return P first plus P second modulo 2. Otherwise, if, let's say, A greater than B, swap. Now we can do that, why not? Then we know that A is smaller than B, what means A is to the, the first value is smaller, which is row, and then in case of ties, the other is smaller. If, maybe that won't be necessary, if absolute value of A first minus minus B first is smaller than absolute value of A second, let's put defines to make everything easier to understand. Row first, call second. If row, the difference of rows is smaller than the difference of columns, then what? Then we have a case, difference of rows. This was that first case. I didn't want to do that. We have this case where the height is the result, where they are, their difference of rows is smaller. Print, I can just say here cout 0, else if that cout height, else if minus B row is greater than the same for columns, print width, and otherwise we have that last case where a lot of cells might be a result, and what the formula would be. Let's think. The size of this site is we can compute this distance, then this one, and multiply. That will be area of this. Then I want to do the same. Whoop. Okay, I think we're good. And then the same with the area of the other rectangle. Let's start with first one. The cells are numbered from 1 or from 0. I think from 1, because everything here has values, positive values. Then if we look at the column of that cell, we should say the column of this number is that width of this square or, well, rectangle. So something like, I'm not typing, okay, now I do. A greater than B swap. Now A is the higher one. If A, so now I can say assert A row smaller than B row. That's getting complicated. If A col smaller than B col, there are two cases that they are arranged like that and like this. I can make that into one case. If that's the case, then I want to like flip everything like this, because they are like that. A row, this is A, this is B. If A and B are that, I want them to make them like that. A col is width plus 1 minus A col. This flips like this with respect to some vertical line. And now we have exactly the situation from a drawing, not the other one. Then B col times A row plus, the other thing is width minus A col plus 1 times width times height minus B row plus 1 plus those things in between, like here this cell, but in general case that will be the difference of rows minus 1. Run examples. Ok, submit. Now we have constant time. It was a bit tricky, but it works. Submit. Oh, it was submitted. You cannot submit the same code twice in 1 hour. Interesting. Editorial. So we can iterate over everything, but we can also do it in constant time. Submissions, statistics. Fastest solution anyway, just iterate through the grid, because for that small constraints it doesn't matter. My submission takes 7 milliseconds. I think it's because of including everything, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, that was Donkey Paradox from CS Academy. Let's move on. Gay posted a problem that says can be solved better than n square, but I don't think n square is possible. Can I link it? Yes, you can. Difficulty. Donkey paradox. For extremes, you should implement a function that takes as arguments 4 integers, return the maximum difference between any two integers. Editorial. We build an array with all 4 and then call the methods in the standard library for finding the minimum and maximum values. I would say return max of a, b, c, d minus min of a, b, c, d. Accepted. Given a 1D array candy crush, return the shortest array after removing all the continuous same numbers. What? So we like remove that and then 3, 3, 3, then 1, 1. From this I understand that there should be 3 consecutive equal numbers. Can values be different than 1, 2, 3? Also, can I remove fewer than 3 numbers? I mean, not fewer, fewer than the maximum number of them. I don't like problems that aren't well stated. If there is something like 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, is it okay that I remove just those 3 as one step? I'm not sure if that's necessary, but I don't know that game, and Candy Crush, I've heard about that game. I don't know the rules. So let's say we are able to make some move, but maybe it's not, maybe we shouldn't. If we have here 2, 2, or I don't know, 7, 7, then again 5, 5, then 7, then we know one of those two must get more numbers of the same size. If there is a 7 here, we can remove that, to then remove 7, 7, 7, then put 5 here. That looks like a hard problem. I will grab a new bottle of water and I will keep thinking. Let's say you can't remove fewer numbers than there are, and there are k distinct ones. What? K? What do you mean by k distinct ones? So what, there is some limit for k? What are you talking about? What is k? I guess you're just trying to say there can be numbers different than 1, 2, 3. By k distinct ones, I mean you can base your runtime on k, aka numbers can be 1 to k. Okay. Maybe all of n times k is possible. Still, how to first do it in n square? The thing is, after I have 5, 5, 5, I don't know whether I should remove that. Even if there is 7, 7, then 5, 5, 5, and 1, and something to the right, should I remove this 5, 5, 5 now? I don't know. For now, I don't know how to solve it faster than, I think, n cubic. For some interval, I can check if I can remove it to 0 elements. Then if I have 5 here, then something, 5, something, 5, let's say more something, 5.